Back with another video, bro. Let's get this bitch. We got the case of Minnesota. The case of the Minnesota assassin. What y'all know about Minnesota and the assassins? Because obviously I don't know shit. So let's bust this down. This shit ain't finna be tough. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet. But the boy DJ Ghost did a reaction. This shit gotta be good, so let's get into this bitch.
This unsuspecting man is about to show just how much of a monster he really is. On September 12th, 2021, this man, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs, assassinated 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has gathered the footage and case details about Antoine and how all 4 murders came to be in order to present the whole story in its entirety for the first time ever. This all started very early in the morning, a few days prior on September 8th. Antoine arrived in Minnesota via airplane from his home state of Arizona, and footage shows that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But that changes very soon. Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them.
What the fuck?
A few days later, on September 11th...
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, guys. It's just an Uber. It's just an Uber, bro.
Late at night, Antoine revisits the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations report that this car was recently loaned to Antoine. It is unknown whether or not Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group. While it's a logical...
That boy in some deep shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hypothesis.
That boy in some big shit, bro.
Considering the value of this luxury car.
He dropping off the hoods. He's dropping off the hood. That's crazy.
Antoine is now driving. We have yet to unfold the full story of this case, as it is only just heating up. We don't know why Antoine revisited the airport, but the surveillance footage gives us a glimpse at his passenger, who bears a striking resemblance to one of his future murder victims.
What the fuck? That just took a turn, bro. This man was chilling with some hoe and killed the bitch later. That's crazy, bro. This man's a real life assassin. This is, bro, what the fuck?
Natosha Lee Flug Presley. If the
Natosha Lee Flug Presley. Her last name Flug. Lee Flug.
Passenger is indeed Natosha, then this was one of the last images showing her alive. According to a complaint filed by an anonymous person, a witness said they saw Antoine and Natosha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Records also show...
Why are you complaining about people taking shots? That's weird.
...that Natosha's aunt told investigators that Antoine and Natosha were romantically involved.
Oh,
putting all this information...
That was definitely her. That was definitely her, bro. R.I.P. to Natosha. That's crazy. Natosha Lee Flug Presley.
Together, it's becoming more and more likely that this passenger is indeed Natosha.
Yeah.
After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Natosha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other people who would soon become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were lawyers Foreman III, Matthew Pettis, and Jasmine Sturm. Just hours later that...
What?
...become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were lawyers.
Bro, they were all friends, I think, bro. And then he probably killed one and then killed all of them, just like no evidence or some shit.
Matthew Pettis and Jasmine Sturm. Just hours later that same night, now the very early morning of September 12th, surveillance footage caught this altercation sometime around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh shit. That car about loud as shit, bro. What the fuck type of car?
In this footage, we hear gunshots and then that same Mercedes car speed through the streets.
That's crazy.
It is clear this is when the murders happened. But what Antoine does after this is quite shocking.
You want Valorant skins just how awesome would it be
No,
to
I
have
don't want no
your
fucking
dream
balance
skin collection where you can
pussy.
stop.
On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, Antoine
He got all the dead. He probably shot them in the car. And then they're all in the car together. He shot him in the car and then he just took the fuck off.
around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul,
That part
Minnesota.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe because like 5-6 shots went off, so maybe.
10 a.m. 56-year-old Darren Osborne at a
On
gas
the phone
station
with
during
his
the day.
dad?
Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield
He's
where
about to
they
get
would
his
find an
dad into
inconspicuous
this?
place to dump the car with the bodies in it. Osborne later told officers that he had no idea at this point there were bodies in Antoine's car. On the way to meet with his father, Antoine stops at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup spot. In this disturbing surveillance footage that shows this particular stop, you can even see one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat, limp and showing no signs of life. And while those bodies are in the car,
Oh
Antoine is inside the gas
my
station.
God. Bro, can we get a rest in peace in the chat for those victims, bro? That is insane. He killed them, I'm assuming, in the car. All of them were in the car together. He killed them all. Bro, her dead body is just limp there, bro.
Paying for his gas just like it's another normal day. Antoine continued traveling to the
Yikes,
meetup
bro.
spot, moving from St. Paul, Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station.
that's insane,
We see him and his
bro.
father convene at the gas station and they speak a bit before driving away. It is presumed Antoine had now moved the body out of the front passenger seat, considering his father would have clearly noticed a deceased human being sitting in the car. That is, if Antoine's father is telling the truth. Again, at this point, according to the father, he did not know what Antoine was up to.
I don't know if he knew. But he might have. He might have.
However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father, soon after the meetup, that he had
He snapped and shot the victims. That's weird as fuck.
snapped and shot the victims. At this point, it's becoming more and more difficult for Antoine's father to deny his involvement with this situation. Antoine and his father allegedly went on to hide the
What
car
the
with the
fuck?
bodies in it in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. It is reported that a local anonymous farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn County, Wisconsin.
That's crazy.
He very quickly reported it to the police. At this time, no one knew of Antoine's or his father's involvement. However, we do have body cam footage that details some of the
God.
officers' experiences investigating the car in the cornfield with the deceased victims in it. What they find is extremely brutal.
That's where we're gonna go in right here.
That's insane. That is insane, bro. Let's get into the cops' POV. Let's see what they find. They obviously see the car. They obviously know some shit. So I don't think they know what bodies are in there. Let's see what's up. Oh my god.
We did open the back door. If you need to open the back door.
Do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know? The one on the far back, the behind the driver.
I thought it was a female.
So they were stiff when you moved them? Is
Yes.
that Somebody said.
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, you know, hard, stiff rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I ran out. Well, it looks like if an actual key started on push button too.
Jesus.
There's no keys in the ignition. How much blood on your shoe? See that?
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite
Blood everywhere,
bullet wound
bro.
to the right side of the face, right side of the ear on him,
Male?
on the male.
That's what I thought.
These officers are taking careful note of entry and
That's
exit wound
crazy.
details for a very important reason. This detail alone is
I'm hella just looking at the little glimpses, trying to like see if I can see anything.
extremely helpful in determining if the murders were committed with intent or in self-defense.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
It didn't look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body though. Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's old. Watch your right shoulder, man.
Yep.
Oh, what's in
That's
the
crazy.
pocket, Dan?
There? Dried blood.
Yeah.
This is so sad, bro. This is so sad.
Oh yeah, it's dripping right now. Oh yeah. Male. And shot wound to the head. Right, yep. There's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat,
Yeah.
right below, right where the shoulder rest is, that white stuff, is that brain matter or skull particulates?
Hard to say.
This is crazy, bro.
Cause she wearing her seatbelt still?
No,
I couldn't
it's-
tell if
it
it
looks-
was just
I think they put it
behind her.
behind her. Just probably so that it wouldn't beep. Because the weight's in there, so it'd beep.
I want to know where the gunshot wound is on this other gal. How do you have exit wounds and there's no damage in the vehicle?
Well then, but also if it's a headshot, wouldn't she have splatter? I mean, you got splatter on him, but it's just weird.
Well, his is coming from his nose. You know, that's just
They're just looking at these bodies, bro. Like, just describing them. Like, this is crazy. The balls and guts they have, bro. Like,
draining from the nose from the brain.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Alright, well, did we look through the... Well, let's just get out of here, I guess. We'll go talk to Kyle.
that's
During later
crazy.
investigations, Antoine's Arizona ID card was found on the floor of the car, covered in blood. This pointed the officers directly to him and later his father as well, as more information was discovered after they reviewed the previous.
How stupid are you? He left his ID in the car. He left his ID, identification card, in his car after dumping it. How stupid are you?
Previously shown surveillance footage. Officers arrested Antoine's father first, and then charged Antoine with 4 counts of hiding a corpse. Antoine, now back in Arizona, turned himself
That's
in to
crazy.
the Arizona authorities. Antoine would now be brought back to St. Paul, Minnesota, the city where he committed the murders. This is where his dramatic legal trial would take place. Over the course of the next few days of Antoine's trial, he claimed, incredulously, that he acted in self-defense in the killing and transporting of the 4 victims, which the prosecutors stated that they find improbable. Antoine has had a lengthy history of breaking the law, including multiple instances of unlawful possession of a
He has a crazy fucking track record.
firearm, possession of marijuana in a vehicle,
Marijuana.
driving with a suspended license, and much more. Even though Antoine had never racked up any charges nearly as serious as murder, this made it quite clear that Antoine is no stranger to criminal activity. During the trial, Antoine never gave any reason other than self-defense. He said the 4 victims were attempting to rob him, claiming he was the victim in this situation. However, going back to what the police learned about the entry and exit wounds of the bullets in the bodies, it's obvious this is definitely not a case of self-defense. Even though no one believed Antoine's excuse, he still gave no other reason as to why he did this. So we may never know his true motive behind murdering the 4 innocent victims.
That's
The
crazy.
jurors, after 6 hours of deliberation, decided that Antoine was found guilty on all 4 counts of second-degree intentional
That's
murder
insane.
and was sentenced to 103 years in prison. His
God
father,
damn.
Darren Osborne, was
103 years.
charged with 1 count of aiding an offender. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison.
That's light. He finna get out. This boy.
These are the jury verdicts that show Antoine being found guilty on all 4 counts of murder. Judge Japal
That's
Harris, the
insane.
judge who sentenced Antoine, told him this: each one of these individuals deserves that you serve time for each one of them. What do you
Facts.
believe could have possibly...
Facts. Fuck, bro. Fuck, bro. That was a crazy ass video. I don't even really know what to say, bro. That was insane. That was insane as fuck, bro. That was insane, bro. But like, let's get into the next one, bro. To even think about that, fuck.